What's up, guys? It's your girl Matt Cox from Maccouture Crafting. I have missed you. I have missed you guys so much. I did 2 weeks without putting out a video. Why? Because I burned myself out trying to do 5 videos in 1 week. They were all like Tula videos, and it was too much. And yet again, I'm back doing another Tula video, but I have to because Tiny Beast was released. So we finally have gotten our first collection, which seems like it's been forever since the last thing that was released. I don't know why, but it feels crazy. We've been waiting on it. We have been anticipating it. Tiny Beast and Tiny Dots and Stripes has finally arrived to the stores. I am making this video on June 1st. You guys, if you have not done so already, go get this fabric now. My store that gets the entire Tula collections usually is Candy's Quilt Works. I love Candy's. They get me. They know me there. I have been keeping an eye out for this fabric. And I don't know why, because Tiny Beast isn't my collection. You guys know Line Work was my collection. Alice in Wonderland, there were some pieces from there that I had to have. Tiny Beast is like, okay, this is cool. It's pretty. It's nice. But it wasn't like, I didn't have that urge the way that I do for Deja Vu. I'm very, very excited for the next one that launches. And then the one after that, Moon Garden, I kind of feel the same way. Like, okay, that's nice. That's cool. I'm going to get some, but I didn't really have any. That's not true. I have one project in mind that I've had for a while, but you know, I like it, but it wasn't. She made line work specifically for me, guys. So you guys get it. Tiny Beast releases, and I'm like, okay, I can't wait to see it in the stores though. So I call Candy, and Candy calls me back the next day. I called her on Monday. I was like, hey, they're starting to get released to the shops. The shops are starting to get them. I said, have you gotten yours yet? She's like, no. I said, well, she says, I'll let you know. She says, you know, the process has started. I see it. We'll probably get it in a couple weeks. Do you know she got her fabric either that day or the next day? So she either got it last Monday or Tuesday, and she got Tiny Dots and Stripes that following day or something along those lines. Life is happening, so I wasn't able to get I wasn't able to get over to the store. So I was like, okay, I'll be there on Monday, Tuesday, now it's Wednesday. I get there, half of the bolts are gone. And I mean like gone. One bolt was completely sold out. You guys, I'm saying all this to tell you, if you are into Tiny Beasts, go get it now. Don't wait. Because you've already seen what's going on with their shipping, and Free Spirit's been pushing stuff back, and I don't know what's going on with all that. But we don't need that kind of negativity in our lives. So let's be sure to get our Tiny Beasts if you want it. In store, the ones that I wanted the most were the deer in the light blue and like I think it's not the orange colorway, the purple colorway for the deer. The chipmunks, are those chipmunks? Squirrel. If you see Tiny Dots and Stripes in the store, it is not like when you see the other True Colors Dots and Stripes that have a very, very strong presence. Tiny Dots and Stripes are not scary. They are very, very, very approachable. And it feels weird knowing that that comes from Tula. I get why we need it. I get it. You know, sometimes you need something that can blend in the background that's not jumping out at you. But if it's not presented in a shoppable order, in an order that's really eye-catching, you kind of just go, Tiny Beast is halfway gone. The dots and stripes barely look like they were even. I mean, they were touched, don't get me wrong, but it's not in the same way. And it's a different thing. You know, I know blenders will go at a different pace than your focal fabrics. That's just the way that stuff sells. But the way that stores display, or the way that you shop it, it's really important that you touch tiny dots and tiny stripes. At first glance, I kind of just walked by and was like, whatever. But when I really looked at a couple of the combinations of colors, she knocked it out the park. Like, there's a gray and like a lime green that will make you scream. There was I think there was like a peach one, and you might not initially see how they fit in with the Tiny Beast line. I know that it was all meant to go together. She has it. We're gonna look at her Talk Tuesday in a minute. But you have to see it next to a certain fabric to understand that it goes. I'm telling you guys, pull it off of the shelf, hold it, touch it, pet it. Okay, don't just look at it however it's displayed. I'm not sure if Candy has hers in SKU order. I don't know, because it's obvious that customers have been pulling it and putting them back however they put them back. I know that gets crazy. And if it were me, because I have rainbow-itis, that's what Jane Davenport calls it, I need things to be in color order. If you go in my closet is actually, everything is in color order. All my markers are in color order. I have rainbow-itis. Everything is displayed in color order. Look, in my background, it's in color order. Like it's a thing. Rainbow-itis. But it also is very, very important in the way that you display your fabric and the way that people will shop it and if people want to go to it. You know, merchandising is a whole thing. And obviously Tula knows what she's doing because the way that she lays out her colors definitely makes me want to go and touch it and probably buy even more. And I'm not saying that to get you guys to buy more fabric. You know, I don't have a dog in the race or whatnot. But if you really want to get the most use out of the tiny dots and stripes, you guys pull it down off of the thing. Look at it away from that section because the way that it's displayed will kind of make or break that particular section. I might sound crazy, and I get it if I do, but if you get me, let me know in the comment section because I would have walked past some of the colors and not understood their importance because of the way that it was laid out. And I think it's too funny that Tula did this whole thing this week about how how she would lay it out, or if you're struggling with what goes with what to do. Unfortunately, the pre-cuts haven't arrived in my stores yet, so I wasn't able to see the entire collection. Also, a missed opportunity for anybody who's listening. I really would like to be able to purchase the sales card that the shop owners see. And I know you guys are like, why? I want to be able to collect and see the entire line of fabric the same way that shop owners get to shop it. So you get this representative that comes to you and they open up this big card and they're like, hey, this is what Tula's doing this year. And then they show you all the fabrics. I want that. And I also really, really, really want somebody to make a color swatch card in Free Spirits True Colors. It's got to be coming because Tula, last year or the year before was like, hey, we're going to have a line called True Colors that stays consistently. You'll always be able to get these. Can I get a color card? Because what I wanted to be able to do was take what I have in my True Color stash, my polka dots, my stripes, and match it to the fabrics. Luckily, Candies has a wonderful collection of Tulas, so I was able to do that. But she doesn't have every single time True Color, and I don't own every single True Color, but there are some True Colors that I might want to use with the fabric. So what I'm saying is I would love to be able to, the same way that Kona has a swatch card, Michael Miller has a swatch card, Orifil has their thread swatches. These things are important to people like me who would like to be able to match their fabric and really use my brain to its full capacity by seeing everything that's available because I would chase old collections of Tulas if I had like that card. You know, maybe 2 or 3 collections, I'll be like, hey, I think that this deer print or Mr. Dandy or Hissy Fit or whoever goes with this. And I'll be able to chase it and look on Etsy and find it. Or maybe I just want to collect cards that are pretty. I might want to do that too. I was thinking about doing it myself. I don't want to do the work though, honestly. I would be willing to pay about $50, which is what I think I pay for my Kona card. I think I pay like somewhere between $35 and $50 for all the Kona colors, and I usually buy it every year because they come out with a new color. Michael Miller, I get my local person, Michael Miller person, to order me one too, so that I can see all the colors. I'm ready. Like Tula, I'm ready to see all of the True Color lines in a thing of swatch things so that I can go ahead. And if you really, really, really want to make me happy, don't put it on a card. Put it on a 3x3 square. I've talked about this with my girlfriends. I want every single True Color swatch on a 3x3 square with the name on the back, not on the front, but on the back of that card. And I'm tempted to make it, but who wants to, it's work, extra work. I want to create things, I want to do other things, but I'm thinking about doing it. And if I do, I'll probably make enough. So we talked about how I would do it. And so I might make enough to be able to sell for you guys. So let me know if that's something that you guys would be interested in. Tell me in the comment section if you would want a swatch card. I used to have one up here in my Konas. So I have my Konas in 2 different ways. I have them cut up into chips and I have them actually in the card so that I can mix and match and swatch as I need. And I think it's just a missed opportunity from all the companies. They have end of bolts, I'm sure. They can take a bolt and just chop that sucker up. I feel like they can. And also, I think that we would be willing to purchase those big cards, especially if they came in before the fabric. If I could plan what I wanted to do and get excited for it, like Tula's already telling us about it, 7 months in advance. Can I have the card too so that I can plan and play and get excited in a different way? All right, I digress. That was 10 minutes of me being on a random box. I am going to play Tula's. We're going to jump around. You guys know how I do. Let's look at what she's talking about in regards to this color order, because I really think she was on to something. So let's make this big. That's as big as that's going to get.
Sort of in this epically majestic rainbow. And here's a little trick for that. And this works whether you're...
Forgot to tell you guys, Tula is going to be at Angela Walters' quilt walkthrough in Missouri. It's June 18th, I believe. I was going to go. I was there. I was like, what, Tula's going to be there? I'd love to meet Tula face to face. I wonder if she knows who I am. Probably not, because I have 18 subscribers. And I'm sure that she doesn't. But I'd like to have met her and said hey and tell her how much I admire her stuff, yada, yada, yada. Tickets coming out of LAX to go to Missouri are like $600 and $700. I was like, I don't know. And I was going to do, Missouri Star while I was there. I thought, oh, this will be great. Why? Ticket prices right now are astronomical. So I'm hemming and hawing about it. I did see that Spirit had it but I don't usually fly Spirit, guys. That's not something I love to do. So I don't know. We'll see. But Tula does not come out the house. So it's very, very, very cool that we know where she's going to be on June 18th. If you guys want to see her, if you guys are in the area, if you can drive over. Missouri on, I forget, quilting is my therapy, or quilting is cheaper than therapy. Is that it? You guys know Angela Walters' thing. Check her out, Angela Walters. She's got something big happening. I want to say you walk through the town. It's a quilt walkthrough of some sort. I don't have all the information, but I do know that Tula Pink is her guest speaker, and she'll be doing a book signing, and I would have loved to have gotten that. I just would have loved to have met Tula. I think it just would have been lovely. But tickets coming out of LAX are just ridiculous, guys, so I don't think I'm going to do it. I'm still not 100% decided, but that's where we are. Okay, now let's check this out.
Putting it on a shelf at home or setting up a display in a shop, use a bundle. So I order all of these bundles for Free Spirit. I send a list of the order of fabrics that I want to sit in a bundle, whether it's a fat quarter bundle or a design roll or whatever. I set the order for these bundles, so it's how I see it going in order. So if you're sitting around one day thinking to yourself, how would Tula Pink put this in order? This is how I do it, because this is how I did it. So you can use these as like a guide. Oh, my rubber band broke.
That's a really great idea. That's a tip for all lines across the board. If you are one of those people who struggles with what color to put with what, and you might not be struggling because it's difficult for you. You might be struggling because you don't have a swatch card, which, might I say, Tula has her own swatch cards. We saw her use them, right? And we want them too, like share. Tula needs to share her swatch cards. Let's see what else she was talking about. I want to go to where
and you're like,
she shows it in her house.
What order should I?
So this is the order.
This is in color order with tiny beasts mixed in. And so how I would do this if I had a shop is I would display them when they first came in like this.
Yep.
And then as it sold down, because we all know how fabrics sell down. So even when I go to a shop and I'm purchasing fabric for a whole quilt, I buy more of the big prints.
Yep, that's exactly what I just said, and that's exactly what happened.
To mix in with it. So typically, and this is just sort of the nature of things, the main prints sell down faster than the smaller prints.
Yeah.
It's just the law of fabric nature.
That, and they're going to be gone first.
These dots and stripes
like, you won't be able to get it back
on the shelf a little bit longer than the animal prints. So what I would do if I had a shop is wait for the animal prints to sell down and then take.
I think it's funny that she said wait for them to sell down, because they're sold down right now. 1 week later. You know how good it must feel to be a fabric designer and your stuff is literally flying off the shelves? Like, that's gotta, go Tula. I love for people to win, guys. It's so exciting, and she is literally winning. If that's not a win, I don't know what is. If that's not a good stroke for your ego, I don't know what could be. Because, guys, I'm telling you, and this is not the first shop to say that this is going fast. Oh, all my pre-orders are gone. We're going to have a tough time looking for some of these these tiny beasts, maybe 2 weeks from now. I bought a good helping of that 108 back too. That was the bolt that was sold. If you guys want to know, the bolt that was gone was the blue 108 back, gone. The one bolt was gone already.
The remaining dots and stripes, if there's anything left, and put them into a True Colors wall.
Yep.
And I will show you how I do that in my
Can't wait. Let's
studio.
Go in there. Let's go
so
now.
We're going to do a little walkthrough from my kitchen.
Let's walk through. Let's go see the True Colors wall.
Level of
I don't love that order at all. I don't want to shop that, if I'm being 100%
order.
honest. I don't like it when it's not in color order at all. I really prefer, it's just a different shopping experience when stuff is laid out in a pretty way.
It's sometimes hard to.
She's not wrong. It is difficult when it's separate. She's so right. And she's so on time, because as I was in the store, but again, I think people had just been shopping like crazy and moving stuff around, and they just couldn't keep up.
In my studio, so this is just personally.
That's what my studio would look like.
How I set up the fabrics for my
with
own
black and white
use
striped shelves, because that's who I am.
So all I keep on this wall is current fabric.
I like that.
It just ensures that I'm not making quilts out of.
Look at all that best press down here.
Quilts out of things you can't get, because that annoys everybody. So I keep them on the shelf. So I have True Colors are on these top shelves in color order, and this is what I'm talking about. I've already made my tiny beast quilts and showed those to you guys. So now I've separated I've moved my tiny dots and tiny stripes into my True Colors.
Also, Tula, in the beginning, I skipped through it. She talks about how she buys 2 bolts of her own line because she makes a lot of quilts. Well, what? How many quilts and how much fabric could you really be using? I produce a lot of quilts. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I really do. And Tula produces a lot of quilts. But I'm not going through a bolt of anything. That I wonder what she does and what it looks like in regards to how much she really uses off of those 2 bolts. Because if I had a fabric line, I would just want to have a whole bolt hoarded of my line. I think Latifah does that too. I think if I were to ask Latifah if she had some of her first stuff, I think she has her own stuff. I would want my own stuff just to hoard. But even still, I wouldn't go through a whole bolt of anything. Even if I gave it to all my friends, I don't have but 2 or 3 friends. Even if I gave them a couple of yards, I'm like, that's a lot to have personally. So I wonder what Tula is doing, even with bags. If she's making a ton of bags don't take a whole yard of fabric, especially the way that she does it with a bunch of different colors. So let me know what you guys think Tula is doing with 2 bolts of fabric, a piece of an entire line. I'm very curious.
Palette, I still keep them separated by. It's more for my sake. At some point, I'll probably move. Is
that monkey wrench down there? I actually need some.
But
you think she'll send it to me?
Since these are newer, that I'm pulling from those more often, so I keep them separate for now from the rest of the True Colors. But because these are a part of True Colors, technically, so they're ongoing, which means.
I wish, I'm just putting this out there because sometimes we can manifest stuff. I wish that I could walk into a store that had the entire Free Spirit solids with Tula's entire True Color collection stocked. Like, that's what they do. They stock that. I wish that. I'm just putting that out there. And I need it to be in Los Angeles, California, or near there, because you guys know I will travel. Have car, will travel.
Which means they'll be, you can reorder them for a longer period of time. Eventually, I will move these into my just total True Colors wall. I do always keep my solids separate, though.
Okay.
Solids are a different animal altogether to me.
That makes sense to
Um,
me.
and
Everything
so
that
I
she's
do
saying makes
keep them
sense.
separate from the print. So this is the entire palette of my Tula Pink Designer True Color, or solids, designer solids. I don't even know the name of my own stuff. So I'll move these into here
What a
eventually.
beautiful
And then I
collection of
have my
stuff.
collections in order of, like, they rotate out. So Daydreamer is still in stores. So it's
Yay.
moved to the bottom shelf because it's,
I get it. I get why she does what she does, and I like the way that she has it. She actually says what these boards are, but I can't
yeah. So
remember.
this is they're in order of mini bolts that I get from paperpieces.com.
Paperpieces.com.
They're really effective.
Yeah, they sure are.
Mini bolts that I get from paperpieces.com.
I think I'm going to have to check out the mini bolts from paperpieces.com. All right, guys, that was the gist of me talking. I'm going to show you guys what it looked like with me shopping in the store. I'm going to go ahead and upload this video. And happy Tiny Beast shopping, guys. I wish you guys all the luck, and I hope you guys get what you need, find what you want, and make sure to pull it out, play with it, walk around with it, set it to the side, look at them together, because the ones that you think are going to go together might not. The ones that you don't think in any way are going to go together, they might. So again, if you'd like to see what it looks like with me shopping, how much fabric I bought, what I bought, and guesstimate how much I spent, you guys go ahead and keep watching, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Oh, thank you guys so much. We just reached 9,000 subscribers. Yay! I am so excited. We are on our way to 10,000. I want to do something big for 10,000. I have no idea what that's going to be. But again, thank you guys so much. Thank you so much to the people who have been contributing to the channel. I get your PayPals, I get your Venmos, and those things help keep this channel rolling. I have at least 10 more videos coming this year because they're already shot, they're already filmed, the projects are already made. So you're going to get that at least. I have so many more ideas to share, and I hope you guys stick around. So if you haven't done so already, please like, comment, and subscribe. And again, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks so much. Bye-bye. What's up, guys? It's your girl, Maccouture, and I am here at Candy's. Now, do not be shocked that I'm at Candy's because I'm actually at Candy's more than anybody would ever know. But what I wanted to show you guys is Tiny Beast has just hit Candy's. And when I say just hit, I mean last week. I called, she was like, hey, come get it, it's here, we're waiting for you. And I wasn't able to get there for a week. So it got here, I want to say last Monday, Tuesday, in store. And I want to show you how much is left. And you guys might not think this is a big deal, but it really is, because after I'm finished, I don't know. I don't know how much is going to be left. Now, you know I'm anti-stash. However, today I'm actually going to build a stash of this particular collection because I'm not sure when I'll be able to see it again. I don't know who else in the area has it, and I'm concerned. So let me show you guys what all has come in. And I'm going to show you guys what all Candy's has in stock in regards to Tula, because she's done a great job of cultivating her Tula collection. Now, she doesn't have an online presence, so you need to be in the store, and she's in Northridge, California. But I'm going to show you. Oh, perfect. They're showing me that they do have one more of the 108 because they actually sold out of a bolt yesterday of 108, like gone. So let me show you guys her entire Tula collection. So actually, let's start with the older collections here. And we have some of Daydreamer. And I actually saw a really cool bag made with this fabric here and this. And I think I'm going to buy those two today to add to my collection, because at this point I'm getting nervous. I'm actually looking for some monkey wrench, and the price on that right now I think is about 60 to 75 for a half a yard or maybe a yard. I forget, but it's if you're ever looking for an old collection, you might have an issue with that. Let's see here. So this is some of the previous collections that she has left over. Okay, and that's that. Now let's walk around to see the other side. Again, this is one of the stores that's done an amazing job at cultivating a nice selection of Tula Pink fabrics. So here we are with some more Curiouser and Curiouser. And then super old school. I think that's handmade. And here we have the tiny stripes. I'm tempted. I wonder what Candy would say if I reordered this in color order. Because I was really looking at the order that Tula displays her stuff in. And I liked what she was talking about yesterday on her Talk Tula. Because it's the way that I would shop. I would shop the fabric probably that way. So we have the old school dots. We have the stripes. All right, here we go. Here, tiny dots. These look so approachable. I was telling one of the ladies that works here about how the big stripes and the big dots are right up my alley, but not up everybody's alley. The tiny dots are so approachable, guys. That's going to be selling out. Tula's going to love how well that does, because I think that everybody will get great usage of that. And then here are some of the solids that they have. Very difficult to find Free Spirit solids in this part of town. And then, of course, we have our 108s right here. So look at this. Look at how little fabric is left on this bolt, guys. It's insane. They just got this. Well, good luck. The bears are popular in this store. These butterflies, I mean, it is ladybugs are super popular. You guys, that is nowhere near a full bolt.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to start pulling my stuff. So if you guys can, I suggest you start stacking up on Tiny Beast. I think this is going to be a big one. All right, I'm going to go on ahead and do my pull, and I'll show you guys what I buy. So here, very interesting. These, I hadn't pulled any of the new tiny dots and stripes. Why? Because when you see them this way, in this particular order here, and I'm not sure if this is just because customers have been moving them around, or if this is the way that she wants them ordered. It's just not, you don't understand how striking they actually are yet until you start to pull them out. Pull it out. Do not, when you see these, do not look at them this way. Pull it out and take it with you, because it changes things. I didn't grab any of these, and I'm like, how come I haven't gravitated towards them? But you don't know how cool they are until you pull them out and put them with the thing. So let me show you guys what it looks like. This color right here by itself is the lime green with a kind of a turquoise, and it's pretty, right? But when you put it with this bear, it just does magic, guys. It does magic. Love these stripes here. These are the old school stripes with this bear here. So these are the ones that I'll be buying for sure. The deer, the bear, Mr. Dandy, the ladybugs, the, what are those? Chip and Dale, we'll be getting them for sure. What are those, chipmunks? And then these all, and then for sure these raccoons. The raccoons with this hex, it's kind of doing something for me, guys. So I'm gonna keep pulling and playing, but be sure to pull these out. Don't just look at them how they are stacked. And I'll show you guys what I end up getting. So I'm grabbing some of the true colors and mixing them in to see how they work. Some are seamless and go together like, you know, peanut butter and jelly. Then there are others here that not so much, if I'm being honest. This one here, you can force him in, but he really doesn't go the way that I would expect him to. So pull him out and play, guys. Be sure to pull him out and play. All right, guys, I am gonna do 2.5 yards of these guys. We're gonna do 2 yards of all of these. We're gonna do 1.5 of this guy. We're gonna do 1 of all of those. And we're gonna do a 1/2 yard of all of these. And I've got it laid out nice and easy for the ladies who are gonna be cutting my fabric. We will just work our way down And this is what I'm walking away with. Yes, you will absolutely get a 3-yard quilt, but I have no idea exactly what it's going to look like because now that I've seen it in person, my ideas about it have changed. So we will just see what we get. All right. And be sure to get some of this because this is going super, super fast. This is the backing. They got in some new Alexander Henry too, and I just am loving the new stuff by Alexander Henry, guys, like big time. Obsessed with it. Okay, not necessarily those right there. This one is the Bats one, but this right here, the Gasleys that are, okay, that's not the Gasleys, that's a dandelion. Where are the love this. Okay. Love this, love this, love this. I'm obsessed with this guy. And then even more. Oh, not that one. Where are the Gasleys? I saw them. Really am enjoying this new stuff by Alexander. He just doesn't miss too much anyway, though.